Hey everyone, it's Connor with Metal Inside Me. Today we are going to be reviewing Azusa's new album, Loop of Yesterday. Azusa is a progressive extreme metal band. This is their second studio record following up their debut album, Heavy Yoke, that came out in 2018. I felt the need to review Azusa's new album because this band has quite a unique sound going for them. They draw influences from quite a few different areas, such as death metal. They have they have that metalcore contrast between screaming the verses and, melodic choruses, but also the harsh vocal delivery is kind of like heavier punk rock vocals. Guitar wise, they have a lot of different things going on. And of course, a large progressive undertone to their entire sound. And it really is quite unique. They have a female vocalist, and she yells very well, and we're going to get into that. And overall, it's something unique going on here that I really enjoyed, and so I really wanted to dive into this review. So, kicking it off with the production of the album. The production of the album is great. Obviously, very professionally done. You can hear all the instruments very clearly. You can hear the vocals well. I have one kind of negative comment about the mixing of the album, which is the vocals are slightly drowned out by the instruments just throughout the album. However, the instruments, to me, are the strongest point of the album, so it's not exactly a complaint, but anyway, the performance on the album is killer. The drums are spectacular. They are kind of typical death metal drumming. However, this music is not as heavy as death metal. So it's actually quite refreshing to hear blast beats over music that isn't as heavy as death metal. It kind of just makes the drumming sound cleaner in a way. I don't know. I really like the drumming on this album because of those things. The guitar is amazing. Obviously, progressive band. They have a lot of progressive riffs that are very interesting. They even some like groove metal riffs that really just make you freaking headbang, such as in the verses of Monument. And they even have just some awesome hard rock solos thrown here and there. I mean, the guitars really keep it fresh throughout the whole album, keep you guessing, you don't know what they're going to do next, and it fits very well with the whole music. The vocal performance on this album, I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I really like her scream. She has a brutal scream, but my complaint is there's not much range to her scream. It's very consistent throughout the album. She doesn't really change pitch or anything. It's just a consistent yell. But she does it very well, as well as her cleans. So the vocalist plays with contrast quite a bit between brutal yelling down to clean vocals. But about half of the clean vocals on the album, she kind of sings in a little girl voice, which can definitely work sometimes when you're playing with contrast. But in the context of this album, when she does do the cleans like a little girl, it doesn't exactly fit in the songs. However, she does do normal cleans, which actually sound very well using the contrast that they play with. So that's just some minor negatives about the vocals. As I just stated, the vocals play with contrast quite a bit, and this is very true instrumentally as well. So when the vocalist is doing her brutal yelling, there are chaotic and blast beats going, crazy riffs going along with it. And then when it slows down into clean vocals, the drumming slows down, the riffs turn into nice and slow, sweet sounding. It's really great. The whole momentum of this crazy chaotic sound just stops and slows down into something beautiful, and it works very well. Also, due to the progressive undertone of this whole album and their music as a whole, the chaos of the fast parts sound like organized chaos, which is very good. It sounds really great. One final comment I have about their music is, this is not really a positive or negative, I would say, is that the whole album almost sounds like one piece. There is not really any songs that stand out as on their own. It all kind of blends together because they're doing the same thing in every song. They're playing with that contrast. They're doing blast beats, crazy riffs, then into a progressive part with clean vocals. They kind of do it consistently throughout the whole album. Now, that being said, there are two songs that I just really love that did stand out. Now they're doing the same thing as all the other songs, but for some reason they were more catchy and just made me headbang and just really get into them more. And those two songs are Rapture Boy and Monument. The only song that I thought was a dud was actually the title track, Loop of Yesterday. And that's because she talks through the verses and there's like, I don't think there was any drumming. It's just a, slow, progressive, pretty cool riff going on. And she's just kind of like speaking through it. Now they're using that as kind of an interlude and a break in the album. So it goes from, crazy chaoticness into this just like, super slow. She's just kind of talking through the lyrics. And then the next song after that is Rapture Boy, which is one of the heaviest songs on the album. So they're using it as an interlude to, again, play with that contrast, slow things down, and then kickstart it back up to 100. But Loop of Yesterday was a dud to me. I mean, I'm not going to go back and listen to the song. Didn't really make me get into it. But they used it as a tool for the album, which was good. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. It was very refreshing to hear a band, take all these different sounds and influences and put it together very well and execute very well. And with that, I'm going to give this album a solid 7 out of 10. Thanks. See you guys.